It's Madden NFL 24, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
Frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our step in the booth at FedExField. Today, December is upon us. We're into the home stretch, folks, and we got a good one for you here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, these Commanders, a last-place ball club in 2022. In most cases, you'd say that was a lost season, but they finished 8-500. That would have won the NFC South. What kind of a chance do you give them in what is certainly a loaded NFC East?
And you're exactly right about the division, so you have to be cautious about what you think with this team. They've got to continue to play excellent defense and get some improvement on the offensive side of the ball and establish who their quarterback is going to be.
Then for the visiting 49ers, they're exciting on the offensive side of the ball, but it's the defense that really provides a lot of stability. They were second by a whisker to the Bills in total defense a year ago.
And they have all pro-caliber players at all three levels, all capable of taking over a game.
Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And we are underway from FedExField. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really fail.
Howell, first play, going to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Powell. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Here's a screen for Robinson. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Robinson up the middle. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Howell throwing on third down here. That one downfield for Dotson. he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Ray McLeod deep here for the Niners. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Purdy, the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Back to throw, Purdy. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Howell. And his throw here is incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. And McLaurin, the motion man right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
Well, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll back. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Purdy bootlegging it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as the tackle made up near the 35.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Purdy looking to throw. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Purdy off the play fake. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
2nd and 10. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the Washington offense going back to work. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. A quick throw there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This now a 3rd and 4. Howell out of the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here's McLeod on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Purdy now to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. As they've got it as we resume action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Charlie Werner, the tight end, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Purdy from the gun. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And throwing here, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. McCaffrey will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And they get Pro Bowl tackle Trent Williams for the infraction there. And things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. We often give credit to the O-line. Their 2 tight end formation, those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown! Washington. Jahan Dotson, 59 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28. Back to throw, Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Play action. Now Purdy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Washington on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looking to throw. Purdy. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And his kick is indeed good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 19-yard line. He'll start with a give to Robinson. And he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st down, Howell. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Powell. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. McLeod to return it. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Purdy. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Here's Purdy. And that one to the right side and incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down and 6 now. Here's Howell. He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Howell will throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Howell. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Howell looking to throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And that one too high and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Now Purdy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Purdy now to throw. Juwan Jennings, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he will find his man Samuel. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Purdy off the play fake. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. 11 yards for number 11. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now a 2nd and 6. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Throwing here, Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings from 3 yards out. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Howell. Throw right side complete to Dotson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go play action. Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. It's Howell. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Howell out of the shotgun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. It's Howell with another throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now with Purdy. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action, now Purdy. Throw out wide is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Purdy. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 40 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Powell throwing on first down here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that
answer.
answer.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And Howe will throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Nifty move. There he goes, right side. He's on his way. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Purdy. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Niners get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Washington offense back out there. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Howell. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Hal to the air on 1st and 10. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Hal down to throw it. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Another throw for Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Robinson up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now Howell. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Now the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. They find some open field here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 104 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Purdy off the play fake. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Washington offense heading out. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one left side caught by Gibson. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Howell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and 3rd and 1 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing here, Howell. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside, but you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space, and that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And once more, Howell back to the air. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Howell. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. Touchdown, Washington! Jahan Dotson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's the option. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 161 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? Got to give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, he'll take that.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This is 2nd and 8. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.